Hi, my name is Anya, and this is my Luminosity Yoga channel. And today we are continuing with the Venus retrograde series. So let's start by sitting on a mat or any comfortable place. And as we are in the full moon phase now of this lunar cycle, we have the full moon in Aquarius. So that means Sun is actually now in Leo. And the moon is in Cancer, and also that means that the sun and moon are opposite. And as Venus is still in Leo, not exactly opposite Aquarius, but it's opposite Pluto. So that we have a Pluto opposition, Venus and Pluto opposition. It's not exact to the degree, but it has been. And so we have a very strong flavor of that all month. And Pluto is about all the things underground. And we did have Pluto in Capricorn for a very long time. And it moved into the sign of Aquarius early on this year, and then went retrograde and is now back in Capricorn. And so we have that thing between the old and the new in terms of structures in our lives. The kind of traditional conservative, maybe the old crusty patterns also in our kind of family or societal kind of traditions or conditioning. And then we have the progressive that's coming in. And at this full moon, there might be that opposition that we feel between all things Venus and then this kind of old, more Capricornian ways of being, sometimes also related to patriarchy. And as Venus goes retrograde, Georgia Stathis said in the Astrology Hub recently, it tends to take on a more Martian flavor, which is something I find quite interesting. So we have maybe that more Martian quality at this stage. And I think the challenge is here in not giving into fighting, especially when there is a sense of feeling disempowered, but to really surrendering. So we're going to work a little bit with our kind of, our Venusian area, our sacral area, to open it up and surrender a little bit. So let's start by sitting. Just place your hands into your groins, take a deep inhale. And then deep exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. One more time, deep inhale. And exhale. And then just very gently bring up the shoulders. So not shrug them up, but gently bring them up. And then gently release them. Just take a moment to feel. Again, deep inhale. Exhale. Just take a moment to feel. Bring your arms up over the side. Exhale them in front of the heart. And just take a moment to feel the breath inhaling up from the root into your heart space, exhaling down into the pelvis. At the end of the exhale, bring the pelvic floor in and up gently. Releasing on your inhale, bringing the breath into your heart space. Exhaling down into the pelvic floor, gently pulling the pelvic floor in. One more time. And then just bow your head to your heart and set an intention. So allowing yourself to surrender And not in a sense of giving up, but of really moving through old patterns that have been preventing you from growing your light and your love. Bring that into the body with the breath. And rub your hands together. And then place them onto your groin. And absorbing any stress and tension here in your groin area. And I'm releasing. And depending on your flexibility, I will offer you two options here. So one is that you bring your right foot forward, your left knee back, and you can, for example, place something under your knee if it's uncomfortable. You can place your hands on blocks, and you just stay here and you breathe. Inhale up into the heart. Exhale down into the groin. And inhaling strength and trust into the heart space, and exhaling, letting go of everything you no longer need. And you can either stay here, or if you are more flexible and be very gentle here, you can place a pillow or a couple of pillows under your buttocks. You can bring your heel to your groin, so it's not exactly pigeon. It's a version modified, more like a swan. And then you come onto your arms. You can either stay here again and just really releasing. You can place your head somewhere, or just release the head. The idea of surrendering. Keep your sitting bones on the ground if you can, or on support, and then release your head and just take some deep breaths here, inhaling into the heart, exhaling into the pelvic floor, and letting go. So you choose the posture that works for you. No forcing here, no striving for competition or being better. Just be where you are with your breath, inhaling fresh energy, trust, love. Exhaling whatever prevents you from being in that space. And honor if there is tension, if there is pain, not to go against it, but see if you can breathe through it. So by being with the breath, just being with what is. And then just come out of the posture, whichever one, and come into a gentle downward dog, and you can move a little bit on the spot. You can move your head. And then just bring that left foot forward and that right knee down. You can also do it in the opposite order. First the knee down, then the foot forward. And again, just take a moment here to breathe. You can organize yourself with blocks, or you can place other things under your hands if you don't have blocks. Again, breathing up into the heart space, releasing on the exhale in your pelvis. You can either stay here, or again, you just come into that version of the swan. So you could bring your left heel into the right groin. Again, make sure you are okay here. You're not straining, you're not fighting. And see how far you can go down. Often it's easy as you go down. And then surrender, release, palms facing the sky. Forehead on the ground, deep inhale into the heart space. Exhale, release everything that's old, stagnant. 2 more times. And then gently coming up and out, just sit back. Find a comfortable seat again. Take another gentle, like bringing the shoulders up gently, a little bit higher this time. And then releasing. Palms facing the sky. Take a moment to sense. Bringing the hands together in front of heart. Giving thanks for your practice. Dedicating the fruits. I'm dedicating the fruits of my practice to all beings without one exception. And to Venus as a guide for me this month. To really come into my feminine strength and into feeling empowered within. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining. Please like, subscribe, and share the video with others. And I look forward to seeing you soon for the next short video on a Venus retrograde cycle. Have a lovely full moon. Namaste. Bye for now.